Hello, everybody. Wow, nothing abnormal today. Sorry. Let's begin. Today we will be learning about exercise, specifically what macronutrients do for you as an athlete, how to fuel yourself properly, something I hope you find important, and subjective measures of exercise intensity. For exercise, the most immediately usable energy source is adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, which is converted from food by cells. Phosphocreatine is created by ATP to help perform it after it is used up for muscle contractions. The most utilized source of fuel for exercise is glycogen, which is made from glucose molecules which the liver and muscles can store. There are two types of glycogen: liver glycogen, which maintains blood glucose levels, and muscle glycogen, which supplies glucose to the working muscle. Glycogen is broken down into glucose for ATP production during intense exercise lasting for less than 2 hours. Fat is primarily used as a fuel source for low intensity to moderate exercise, such as manual labor. However, protein is not considered a great source of fuel during a workout and only contributes to around 5% of the body's energy needs. Despite this, protein can help support growth and recovery of muscle, assuming you are eating an adequate amount for your body. Eating a meal composed of high amounts of carbohydrates and moderate protein can allow for protein synthesis, which is the process of cells using DNA to create protein molecules. One of the most important aspects of properly fueling yourself is to make sure you get enough fluid intake. It takes only 2% of weight loss through sweating to put athletes at risk of dehydration and decreased performance. A study by Judge et al. Surveyed 271 college-level athletes, and it showed that most athletes believed various untrue facts about adequate hydration. The first one was that thirst is an adequate way to judge hydration levels, which it is not. A different study on male professional cyclists in the Journal of Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise showed how thirst is not an ideal indicator for hydration. This study had two groups of cyclists get 5 teaspoons of water every 5 minutes during a 2-hour steady-state cycling session, with one group receiving more water through a nasogastric tube, a tube going down the nose into the stomach. This was to ensure that one group would have euhydration, which is adequate hydration levels, and can be compared to the other group only receiving the 5 teaspoons of water at set intervals. The cyclists then did a 5-kilometer time trial with 5 teaspoons of water provided to both groups with every kilometer. The cyclists who were more hydrated had better power output compared with the individuals who were not as hydrated, despite no difference in thirst perception during the 2-hour session. Another belief that students in the survey were conflicted with was whether consuming energy sports drinks like Gatorade would adequately resupply muscle glycogen storage. Using sports drinks for hydration could be a good idea, as they can offer carbohydrates that can supply glucose for energy, and electrolytes such as potassium and sodium. These can enhance absorption of water and carbohydrates, along with maintaining blood volume. Blood volume is increased to allow for greater body fluid to evaporate with heat and increased stroke volume. Stroke volume is the amount of blood being pumped by the heart around the body. Athletes should aim to drink about 2 to 3 cups of fluid before exercise to ensure adequate hydration before performance. Thank you for listening, and I will see everyone soon. Maybe. Oh, by the way, keep yourselves hydrated.